Hello Gemini Sun Sign and Gemini Ascendant. This is your forecast for November 2016. And this month it looks like you got the sun rolling through your 6th house. So the 6th house is home to the sign Virgo. And so good news and bad news. And that's always the case. The good news is you're going to be very efficient and very productive this month. So you're going to have a strong need to make sure that you are getting things accomplished. The bad news comes in only if you mismanage this. And how do you do that? Well, you mismanage yourself by trying to get too much done. You might be tempted to think that you have an S on your chest and a big cape and that you can just power through all these activities. And this is saying be careful. You need to really focus on the most important priorities and stay grounded and realistic. Otherwise, the lower path of overwhelming yourself, being stressed out, being very anxious, being unable to relax, and tending to worry will come back to bite you in the behind. Okay, so manage your activities, have a strategy, stick to your guns. Okay, now November 1st through November 7th, the Sun and Mercury are making a sextile to the planet Pluto. So for you, this is awesome. It means that you can really focus, but it does require you to eliminate distractions and B, not get carried away to where this turns into outright obsession. This is about making sure that you are indeed going to get things done, and it's going to feel very empowering for you. But just again, make sure that you don't go crazy with it. All right, so if I work all the time or if I go on 3 hours of sleep, God, just think of all the things I could get done. You might feel an emotional need to do this as well, or to be a workaholic. Don't go there. Okay, or else you'll burn yourself out. November 3rd through the 5th, Venus makes a sextile to the planet Uranus, and so you got Venus in the 7th house and the planet Uranus in the 11th house. So this is definitely saying that periodically, at least, make time for the people in your life, the people in your inner circle. This is saying that you might have some sudden moments of clarity, some sudden moments of maybe getting a breakthrough through bouncing ideas off of the people in your inner circle, whether it's a close friend or your significant other. This is like, don't hold your ideas in. They might say something that sparks an idea, or they might just pop an idea right into your lap and you're like, holy crap, I never thought of that. So this is definitely, again, saying that it's worthwhile just to open up and to share more of where you are in your life, especially if you're troubled by something going on in your life. Now, November 9th, Mars enters the sign Aquarius. And this is in your 9th house. So this is definitely saying that you're going to have to juggle two things this month. So I started out by saying the sun's in the 6th house. You have an emotional need to be productive. Mars going into the 9th house says you need to play. If you rigidly adhere to your tried and true routines, you might really find yourself feeling tormented. I want to play, but I gotta work, or I need to work, or I should be getting all these things done. Ideally, you're working at things that you enjoy, but that's not always possible. This is definitely saying just make time for play and for getting away from it all as frequently as you can, even if it's just taking frequent breaks. But this is really saying more like go on a road trip, go explore new places, just get away from the stresses of life, at least a little bit, because otherwise you really can just have this relentless attitude this month that just wears you out. Okay, now Venus enters Capricorn on November 12th, And let's see, that goes into your 8th house, which can say that for you, this might surprise you, but this indicates you might not be desiring to be the social butterfly that Geminis are typically known for being. This is more of a desire for you to, at the very least, be more discriminating with who you spend your time with. But you can say that I just don't want to be bothered and I just want to do my own thing. And again, that's very anti-Gemini-like. Geminis usually don't like being alone. But this is saying wherever Venus goes in your chart, it's where you're going to profit from it and where you're going to find joy. And this is like just sorting through what's going on in your life, taking stock of your own thoughts and feelings and just figuring things out on your own. Okay. Now, November 14th, there's a full moon in Taurus. And so this is in your 12th house. And in your chart, this to me is a very strong dynamic that indicates that you need to walk in faith more. And that might be hard for Geminis in general because Geminis are ruled by Mercury, the planet of logic. And for you, Taurus is in the 12th house of Pisces, which is very much a sign that values intuition and connecting to spirit. So what am I trying to say here? Balance logic with intuition. Don't try to blindly try and figure things out exclusively on a logical level. This is definitely meaning listen to your heart more, listen to your feelings. If something feels wrong, it probably, or something feels off, then maybe it is off. Maybe you should be exploring other options, okay? Another thing I would say is walking in faith. Again, just focus on things working out for you instead of worrying about things so much. And then finally, there is a new moon in Sagittarius, November 26th. This is in your 7th house. So 7th house is the 7th house of relationships, and this can say that if you're single, this can be a wonderful time for putting yourself out there, being social, going to social activities. You could meet someone very interesting on a romantic level or a new friend, but just in general, it means that being social is where it's at for you with this particular new moon. So there you go. That's your forecast for the month of November. Hope you have a great month, and I'll talk to you next month. Bye-bye.